here was the first problem. Okay, when you drew your circle, and by the way, there were some awful circles out there, guys. Come on, you know, we're doing volumes. They're by rotation. You're going to get round things. Bring something you can draw round things with. Even if it's just a roll of tape, okay? You've got your circle like so, okay? Now, when you drill your hole through it, okay, the most common error I found was that when you drill through, okay, so let me draw, for instance, okay? This is what I'll end up with on the top, and it's symmetrical. So here is the lower part. Okay. Now many of you, and I'm not sure if it's just because you pressed for time, right, said, look, the big thing's a sphere, the middle thing's a cylinder, just do a sphere minus a cylinder, and you didn't have to do slices or shells or anything. It was like, awesome. Question 1, totally out of the way. I'm going to nail this, have lots of time to spare. Oh, wait. If you have a good diagram, right, and you have a look at the one that I've drawn, that was sufficiently large, you can see that thing's not a cylinder, right? It's got roundy, weird bits on the end, which is why you have to treat this by slices or by shells. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, instinctively, and you can see this on my diagram, instinctively, I go towards slices. I don't know why that is. Most of you did too. Okay, so I'm rotating around this way. And so you can see over here, right? You should clearly draw the annular disc that you'll end up with. Okay, it looks like this. Okay? I should be able to see that. I think I can count on one hand the number of people who actually drew the slice out here, right? Worked out what the inner radius was, worked out what the outer radius was, and then proceeded from there. Okay? So, the other tricky thing in here was, and this goes part and parcel with treating it as a cylinder, okay? Many of you, when you were considering your boundaries, okay, because it has a radius, the circle, has a radius of 4, right? So this point over here, if it did intersect, would be -4. Okay? However, the boundaries are not from -4 to 4, right? And again, you can see this on a good diagram. You're only going from this inner bit, like you're slicing off that bumpy part, okay? And the bumpy part on this side as well, right? So you're actually not going all the way from -4 to 4. You're going this awkward distance, right? So you had to use Pythagoras to work that out. You know what this is because it's the radius, right? You know what this is because you know what the diameter of the drilled hole is. And so from that, you can work out this length. And you can see it on my diagram. I think it's 3 root 2. It's 3 root 2. 2 root 3. Sorry, backwards. Okay, there you go. So in fact, because there was some work there, my first mark was on the boundary. Okay. My second mark was 4. You do all of this stuff, right? I think one of you did it by shells, which was fine. Well done, because I think you actually got it right. Well, two of you. Well, okay, fine. I'm doing it by slices, so I've got delta x. You would have delta y, right? You do all of your summation, blah, 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 blah. First mark was for the boundaries. From x equals -2 root 3 to 2 root 3, right? The second mark was for getting to the integral, right? So you've got to do a bit of working, and then you get to here. Take out your constant, and then this is your integral. Okay? First mark, second mark here for your integral. The third mark was for, after you actually integrate, then you evaluate, you need to have a line like this. Okay? So again, like I said, the integration and the evaluation, they really matter. This is volumes, right? It's critical that you get this point in. Because I didn't give you a final answer, right? Therefore, the last mark was for getting to 32 pi root 3. And I think because they actually provide you units in the question, centimeters cubed, so you'd slap that onto your final line. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are the critical marks. Okay?